All right, kids. So I had you try this on your own first, but of course I'm going to do it with you. So first we want to identify our parent function, which is y equals x squared. F of x, actually. It's f of x equals... We can leave it as y. All right. So now what they want us to do first is they want us to find the points and graph them. So we're going to do that. So if I plug in -2 and I square -2, it's as if whenever we square something, it's saying you're going to multiply that number by itself, right? So here it's saying you have to multiply -2 by itself. When I multiply -2 times a -2, I get a 4, a positive 4. So that's my first value. Then if I have that -1, I am doing the same thing, and so that gets me a positive 1. Then if I put 0, it's saying 0 squared, and 0 squared is just 0. Then I'm doing the same for 1, so 1 squared equals 1, and then the same thing for 2, 2 squared equals that positive 4. So 1, 4. Cool. So now that I have my point, I can graph my points. So we're going to graph our points. So we're going to go to -2, 4. So I'm going to go -2 up to 4. So there is our point. And I'm going to go -1, 1 right here. Then I'm going to go 0, 0. So that's right there at the orbit. Then I'm going to have 1, 1. Whoops. And then I'm going to have 2, 4. And now I'm going to draw my parabola. I would do a better job if my pen was working. All right. So now that we look at this, cool, we have our parabola. Now we can answer all these questions looking at our parabola. So I'm going to delete this so that I can have some work space to figure out our answers. So we're going to look, and we want to find the vertex. Remember, the vertex has that middle, right? That middle right here. Oops. Let me redraw that again. Oh, I'm doing the eraser. No. All right, so we're going to have to, which is kind of good because my points were whack. So -2, 4. So we're going to go -2, 4. Oops, maybe not that. That is also not a good pen to use. So we're going to undo that. I'm going to do the point. But I need to do, okay. So I'm going to do 2, 4, that -2, 4. It's about right there. I'm going to do that -1, 1. It's about right there. Then I'm going to do that 0, 0. Then I'm going to do 1, that 1, 1. And then I'm going to do my 2, 4 right here. Oops. So now I'm going to draw my parabola. Let's do it a different color. Right? Not the perfect parabola, but it's right there. So now we're going to look at our different parts. We're going to look at our different parts. So my vertex is always in the middle, right? So my vertex here is actually 0, 0. So for all my parent functions, it's always going to be 0, 0. It's literally going to start in the middle of my quadrant. So then my axis of symmetry is right here. So all you got to do there is just literally have your axis of symmetry drawn there. But your axis of symmetry is basically 0, right? Because I'm looking in the middle. It starts in the middle. So it's just 0. Then I'm going to look at what solutions I have. What solutions do I have? The only place where it touches 0, x touches my parabola is at 0, 0. So again, my solutions are 0, 0. And then my corresponding points, what points correspond? We have 2 sets of points that correspond to each other. We have that -2, -2, 4, and that 2, 4, which makes sense, right? And then we also have that -1, 1, and that 1, 1. So those 2 are my corresponding points. Then if I look at it, it's a smiley face, right? My parabola is a smiley face. And so because it is a smiley face, it's going to have a minimum, right? It's only going to get bigger from there. And it's going to be a minimum, and our minimum is going to be 0, 0, right? Because that's literally where it's only going to get bigger from here. We look at it, right? Let's pick another color. So it's going to only get, my y-intercept's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get bigger. And then our last part is our y-intercept. So where is our y-intercept? Where do we touch my y-intercept? Again, it's just going to be 0. Our y-intercept is just 0 because it's literally also where it's touching my, my y-intercept.